It's more than just your output, more than a bike. When you hear your shout out, you know it's all right. Put on your magic pants and let's go. We're cruising into the power zone. Clip in, set yourself free. Come on and take a ride with me. You know what you need to know and what's it all about. Everything you need, it's on the Clip Out.
Welcome to the Clip Out Podcast, episode 414. This is Crystal O'Keefe.
And this is Tom O'Keefe.
Hello.
Hello. This is our last one before vacation. So we're catching a plane at 6 a.m.
Yeah, so somehow I have to sleep and edit in the next 8 hours.
Let's see
how this goes.
You're going to do some dream edited.
I guess so.
This will be a quick episode. Okay, so there's classes. They're fun except for the ones that aren't.
Some stuff happened.
Some instructors did some shit. And
somebody got mad on the internet.
Somebody famous uses a Peloton. The end. Keep pedaling. Goodbye.
All right. Oh, too funny.
So what, pray tell, do you have in store for people? Why are you're looking at your computer like
because
when you
your note for Patreon literally says banging one out before bed. And I'm like, what the
sorry.
F does that mean?
I cut and pasted from my to-do list. And
I have no idea what that means. I mean, I know what that means, but I don't know why it's on this list.
So what, pray tell, do you have in store for people? And then I will get, you just did it. That's the tease for the Patreon. And then you just teased my tease of the Patreon.
That's called an organic tease, Tom.
Well, I think if you're banging one out for bed,
well, you know what?
It's not an
you
organic
asked me
tease.
what the face was, so you have no one to blame but yourself. Anyway, okay, listen, we have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about perimenopause and menopause classes and why it pisses men off so much.
I'm so mad. Grr.
We're also going to talk about free mode being back. We're going to talk about that's on the Tread Plus. There is a brand new multi-instructor ride like they used to do the All for One. It's coming out of London. We're going to talk about that. There's a new thing you can do within Teams on the Peloton platform, the app rather.
Yeah.
And then we also have some interesting news regarding poor Alex Toussaint.
Yeah.
And what is happening on Instagram, and poor anyone who gets a message from him. There's also, we're going to have updates for Marcel Maurer. We're going to have updates for Tunde, Ali Love, Jermaine Johnson, and Aditi Shah. We also have some artist series updates, and we have some content that we're going to discuss, the TCO Top 5, what's on the radar, big classes coming up, some 2-for-1 special classes.
Lots of 2-for-1s.
I know.
It's like an 8-for-4.
And then we're also going to talk about some fun articles that have been written by the helper bees, and we've got birthdays. Phew, I think that's it.
Okay, well, shameless plugs. Don't forget, we're available on anywhere you get a podcast. I am already in vacation mode.
I can tell. I'm like, you're going to have to get it together, man.
Those are always the silliest episodes. So wherever you find a podcast, you can find us. While you're there, be sure and follow us so you never miss an episode. Maybe leave us a review. That's super helpful. If you would like to help us in other ways, like with your money, we are not too proud to take it. You can do that over on Patreon, patreon.com/real spoilers, where for $5 a month, you get all sorts of bonus content. If we get an episode early, you get it early. And we're getting it earlier because we're not getting it. We're doing it. By we, of course, I mean you.
Right.
And but the last 2 weeks, it's been very early.
Well,
yeah.
No pressure.
No. Can't edit on a plane.
I know.
I guess you could.
I could. No, not really. Internet doesn't work that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's too slow.
I forgot that it's not. Anyway.
Focus.
So you also get bonus content. Every week we record a bonus episode for you. And this week we will be talking about Bradley Rose and IVF. He's taken questions.
Yeah.
And we tell you where you can do all that. We're going to talk about the critical decade for your health journey.
Okay.
I found some articles that you haven't seen yet.
Clearly.
And then we're also going to talk about the benefits of banging one out before bed.
All right.
So.
Well, you just got a little crazy with this list. Are you just adding stuff willy-nilly?
Well, Willie, anyway.
Geez.
You started it.
No, I actually didn't. You did.
Anyway, Science backs this up.
Okay. Well,
don't question science.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear more about that.
So that's over on the Patreon. And then, of course, what else do you get on the Patreon? Like early, ad-free episodes.
Yeah,
I didn't even say the ad-free one. You get ad-free
Yeah.
episodes. So, and of course, you help out the show. You help pay the helper bees. You help keep the lights on, the Wi-Fi, and all that. So that's super greatly appreciated. So you can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/theclipout. While you're there, like the page, join the group. Sign up for the newsletter at theclipout.com, where you get all these links of the articles and stuff we're talking about sent straight to your email. Whoop. And finally, watch all of these over on YouTube, youtube.com/theclipout. So there's all that. Let's dig in, shall we?
We shall.
Peloton in the news.
Peloton has added classes that will be very helpful for people going through menopause or perimenopause.
They have.
Whenever you say perimenopause,
Yeah.
I'm just going to put this out there. I've never told you this.
Oh, dear.
I picture a platypus in a fedora.
I knew it. I knew that's what you were going to say. I did. And I'll be honest, I do a little bit too.
Yeah, so
I'm kind of hoping to run into Peri the platypus at Walt Disney World, by the way.
So, I mean, doesn't that make perimenopause all the more fun when you think of it as a platypus in a fedora? I think
No.
you've just been approaching this all wrong.
So anyway, here's the thing about this. I want to just say that when last week I posted a clip of a show 2 weeks ago where I talked about that Peloton was missing out on this programming. And Jen Cotter of Peloton was kind enough to answer me and say like, hey, we're working on it. I promise it's coming soon.
Slow your roll, it's coming.
You can post about that. That's cool. So as we're putting together an article about that, stuff starts happening.
Right.
All of a sudden, we've got sit classes, sprint interval training classes.
Okay.
They're labeled as sprint interval classes. That's never happened before. Then, next thing you know, we've got weighted vest classes on the treadmill. That's never happened before.
Yeah.
And then we get a collection for the sprint interval classes. What? Labels and collections? Are you kidding me? This is what we've been asking for. Like Christine D'Ercole has been leading the charge. She has been giving us the content, but this is the first time that people can easily find it. I mean, she can only do so much. Creating the content is a huge part of that.
For sure.
But then Peloton has to do the rest of it.
Right.
And they have. So
She's not a coder.
this is so exciting. Imagine my surprise when I posted about this and people were like, just for women? What? Seriously? What the holy hell is wrong with men? I don't understand. And it's not everybody.
Yeah.
Many men are very supportive and they're like, cool. And that's the end of the conversation.
Right.
But then there are these men who are like, why is this only for women? I don't mind you asking the question. Let me educate you. But then when but it should be for me too, I have a problem with that. These are not ruck classes. These are not hiking classes.
Yeah.
These are weighted vest classes. Can you use them for the other thing? Absolutely. Absolutely. But you know what? There's plenty of things for men.
Why are these strength classes for tennis? I play pickleball.
Exactly. So
That's what you sound like. You sound like a fucking idiot.
I just could not believe it. Like I genuinely was shocked because I just thought, hey, we could all be happy about the world moving forward on women getting content that is directed toward them for a very specific phase in their life. Instead, we get that. And all kinds of women saying that it means nothing. It's just the newest bandwagon thing. No, that's not true. There is science behind it.
You know what a woman who says that sounds like? A 30-year-old.
I'll tell you what else they sound like, but I'll have to say that off the air.
You can be that and a 30-year-old. But it's like, yeah, you're not there yet.
Not only are you not there yet, but it is based on science. Like weight bearing exercise helps protect your bones and bone density. As your hormones shift, you have a higher incidental chance of osteoporosis. I worked with a client at MetPro who had run for years. She was an amazing runner, so freaking fast. And she was going for her 6 stars and she was so excited. And she broke her sacrum, which she and I didn't even know was a thing. But because she was post-menopausal,
right,
it had increased her osteoporosis risk. And sure enough, she had it. So yeah, like there are things that we can do, and there are many things we can do, and weighted vests are just one of them. And yes, you don't need special classes to have a weighted vest. That's another thing people complained about. You're absolutely right. You can wear a weighted vest for any old class, but there's a lot of people that aren't educated on the how to use it, what kind of weight to get, what kind of vest to use.
That it's a thing.
There you go.
I mean, obviously, I'm not a runner, but I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah.
You were going on about it, and I was like, what are you talking about? Why would you wear a weighted vest? Why would you make exercise harder? That's dumb.
It's just crazy to me that people can't just be like, oh, that's for somebody else, cool, and be done with it. Just like not every music
artist series
is for me.
Right.
Cool. Like other people can have things too.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be for me.
We see the artist series, right? You see the artist series sometimes and you're like, oh man, I must be
really
That's
old.
not for me.
Right.
I'm old.
Right.
And now you can see a class and be like, that is for me. I'm old.
Exactly. I mean, genuinely, I am excited about that. I don't feel like I'm old, but what I do feel like is these are the type of classes I want to see directed at me because
so you don't feel old.
Exactly. Exactly. And sign me up for the hormone replacement. Sign me up for talking about it. People who are uncomfortable with it, I'm sorry, turn it off. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I can't scroll through my Facebook feed without seeing 15 ads for Blue Chew, so you can suck it.
That is so true. That is so true. But that's different because it's a man. And I will never understand in this day and age how that's still happening. I will never understand how there are still so many, and obviously not just men and women. It's in every area of the socioeconomic status.
Yeah.
There, divide. This is so stupid. Like 51% of the population is women, whether you like it or you don't like it. That's just a freaking fact.
I like it.
And so like, yeah, we can be healthy too.
Yeah.
But you know what? You can take your class and you can call it a ruck class if that makes you happy.
Yeah, go ruck yourself. We don't care.
You got it. Exactly, Tom. Exactly. Like you're going to still get a benefit from it. You can take classes that are directed toward women and you can still get a benefit from it. The comments that I was getting reminded me of when I worked for a company and I was kind of the mom of the group, even though I was only in my 20s.
Right.
And one of the workers came to me one day and they had a headache and they were like, oh my God, do you have any Tylenol? And I was like, no, I don't. But you know what I do have? I have Midol.
Right.
And they were like, oh God, I can't. What is that? And I was like, Midol is for PMS. It is a pain reliever. And they were like,
I think the only thing that makes it PMS specific is, doesn't it have like also an anti-inflammatory?
It does.
Like that's it.
It does.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, I can't take that. I'm not a woman. And I was like, and you won't turn into one.
Yeah.
Like it's a pain reliever. It's all I have.
Trust me, if Midol would turn you into a woman, the Republicans would outlaw it.
You got it. You got it. It kills me. I just do not see any need for any of it. Just take the classes that work for you. Don't take the classes that don't work for you. Let us have one thing.
Yeah.
Like we don't even get to have anesthesia whenever we have to go get our pap smear or get a biopsy of our cervix. So like, can we have classes that are directed toward us without men opening their mouth about it? Could that be a thing?
Here's how you fix it. Here's how you fix it.
Okay, I want to hear this.
You do your weighted vest classes, right?
Yeah.
But you make the vests pink.
Oh, there are pink.
And but you just make sure all the vests are pink, and none of the boys will do it. None of the straight boys.
I don't think that's true because the men think they need to use it to train for all their things. And that's fine too. Like you guys go use it to train for your Murphs. And there are many women that train for Murphs too.
Yeah.
So I don't want to not include women who do that. But like, I just don't understand why. Like all we said was how beneficial it is.
Right.
And yay Peloton for listening. And then somebody has to turn it into something else. It's just crazy to me. Crazy. So anyway, yay Peloton for listening.
Yes.
Yay Christine, yay Jen Cotter, yay the whole team. Thank you, Peloton.
So moving along, free mode is back.
Yeah, so this is a really interesting one. I don't feel like our alert about this one properly conveyed the details Most people probably don't care about the details, but I do.
That's why you're Clip Out, Krista.
That's why I'm obsessed with Peloton. But so Olivia recently did a mental health run, and then she had a runner's choice section during that piece of that class. And when that happened, it said free mode on the screen.
Okay.
And Karen, I think it was Karen Smith sent this to me, and she was like, oh my God, it's back. I have not seen one of these in years.
Yeah.
Since the Tread Plus recall, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
So
that was like one of the first things they took away.
It was, because when they started doing the regular tread doesn't have free mode.
Right.
And so that's all they were selling. So they just started not including it in the classes.
Right.
So I am so excited to see this back. And
it still only works on a Tread Plus, though?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay.
I have not heard any reports otherwise. And I'm just really excited. It's a really challenging mode because you're using only your body weight.
Right.
But it's so nice to see it back because it really wears you
wear
out.
One of them vests.
There you go.
And they'll give you extra weight.
There you go.
To move it forward.
Yeah.
That should make it simple enough.
So hopefully
you just needed a man to help you.
Oh my God. Hopefully we will see more of these free mode classes. We'll see it mentioned, and send them to me if you do see it.
So Peloton Studios London is planning a multi-instructor ride, finally getting that tandem bike.
Well, no, but we are going to have several instructors on one class: Ben Aldis, Sam Yo, Brad Rose, Leanne Hansby, and Hannah Frankson. And it's going to be taking place at the UK studio. The interesting thing is it's called the British Summerfest Move as One. So kind of all for one, kind of not. But then it's also like a play on the music summer festivals they've done in the past too. So I feel like they're taking a few different ideas, putting it together, and the UK gets to debut, which we're starting to see more and more of. That's pretty exciting too. Yeah. That's the second or third content in the last few weeks that the UK has started.
I think this would be a good spot for me to share the story from Real Spoilers last week.
Oh, okay.
About we had someone call the show. I say call because they actually sent us a voice note because he's from the UK. And he needed us to hear it because he says that over there they pronounce Daniel Craig differently, that Americans pronounce it as if it rhymes with egg. And man, I still couldn't get a handle on what he was saying. Like, it was slightly different, but it just sounded more like an accent. But he was convinced, very nice, but was convinced that it's more like Craig, like not Craig. And I'm just like, okay, but thanks for listening to me. But anyway, I tell you all that to tell you that he referred to it as the UK.
He said he was calling from the UK.
He says, I'm calling from the UK.
That's amazing.
So I am slowly but surely winning this battle.
You are. Yeah, so, one Brit at a time.
Yeah, this is the first domino.
Yep.
Or they probably call it dominio. how they say aluminium.
Yeah.
Right? So dominio. But he's the first one.
Okay.
So thank you, kind sir.
Amazing.
And
it's all happening.
Also, thank you to Daniel Craig.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't think that's right either, by the way.
So Teams now allows you to post what could possibly go wrong.
Yeah, you can. So we have been having the ability for you to go in and comment, which I know we've talked about before, and the notification thing is driving me crazy because there's none. Like, it's just like it's a little dot.
Right.
I get
so you never realize.
No.
Yeah.
But now you can go and make your own post in your Teams. You can, in addition to being able to comment on something, now you can just post anytime you want.
Gotcha.
So you could say hey, I had a milestone today, and let your team know. Or you could say, hey, I'm going to be taking this class at XYZ time. Join me, that kind of thing. So I think we're going to see a lot more of additions to Teams. And I think eventually it's going to be a really robust, cool thing. It's just right now, it's just not super exciting, but I think we're going to get there slowly. So, I mean, the advantage is people who are already using it are going to be able to get a lot out of that because they will have already built up their teams. And, they'll probably get featured more. They'll be discovered more because they're on the early edge. I only say that because that's what Instagram does. So I kind of feel like that's what Peloton's doing here.
Yeah. Whenever they say Teams, though, I automatically
Microsoft Teams.
think Microsoft.
I know.
And then I get bored.
I hear you. That's all I use now at work.
Nothing more boring than a Teams meeting.
That's actually not true. At least Teams has some interesting backgrounds that you can use on your photos. So
okay, duly noted.
Yeah.
Coming up after this, we got instructors in the news. We're going to tell you about Alex Toussaint and a scam alert. Alex Toussaint's trying to steal your money. And we'll tell you all about it after this.
Instructors in the news.
Alex Toussaint is stealing your money and your heart, but mostly your money, but not really.
Hey, beautiful heart emoji. How are you doing today? ? Are you one of my adorable fans? Capitalized ? That is allegedly from Alex Toussaint, and the handle is Alex Private Account, but private is not spelled correctly. It's PRIAVTE. So
it's like they do in the UC. Private.
Yeah.
It's private.
Hey, but private account Alex already has 720 followers, and I feel sorry for every one of them.
I kind of don't. I'm kind of like, man, like you probably got it coming, but at the same time, I don't want to root for the scammers, so I guess I will have to hold my nose and feel bad for the people, but like, come on. And now, in fairness, let me retract my retraction so I can retract that. Like, my first thought is like, this is not how Alex Toussaint would need to pick up women.
Not even a little bit. And
having said that, if he would not be the first Peloton instructor to use DMs to strike up romantic, he put in air quotes, please don't cancel me for saying it that way, conversations. Mm-hmm. Right?
That's true.
So, like, on the one hand, you're like,
that person's no longer a Peloton instructor,
correct.
though.
Yes. But, like, you do hear stories like this of famous people.
Yeah,
like,
you do. You can't deny that.
Sliding into DMs and doing stupid shit. So, like, this is not Alex, to be very clear.
Definitely not.
But when I'm like, people are dumb for believing this, and I'm like, oh, but it does happen.
It does.
So, like,
it does.
Like, but, like, if you're getting these,
it's not Alex.
It's not.
I don't care what they say to you. It's not Alex. If Alex wanted to talk to you, he'd find a way to talk to you, and he would be very clear about who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's not Alex.
So just a heads up that this is occurring.
Yeah, and by the way, this is not the first instructor that this has happened to. I just happened to see a screenshot and thought it would be a fun topic to discuss. So it's happening on several instructors' accounts. I've seen instructors post about it before and say, this is not me. This is not happening. So, unless it has the blue check mark, don't trust it.
Yeah.
And even then, you can pay for a blue check mark.
Yeah, like even that's not really all that trustworthy anymore.
No, but if they've got like 1 million followers or something like high, like not 700 and a blue check mark, you're probably in a much better place.
Normally but the end run around that argument is like, oh, but it's his private account.
I know.
This
but
is just
that's
for
what
the
I'm
people
saying.
He really likes.
That's my point. Don't believe that.
For
that
sure.
is my whole point. That's not happening.
That's how they trick
I
people
know.
into. But yeah, like,
and I'm trying to educate people that that's not a thing. If Alex wanted to talk to you, he would do it through his real account. And if he doesn't have an assistant that does it all for him.
For sure.
And even if he does have an assistant that does it all for him, he could tell his assistant to reach out to you.
Well, and that's the other thing. We've seen episodes of Catfish.
We have.
Where people think the celebrity's talking to them, and they're really talking to a blue checkmark real account, but it's the social media manager doing something shady too. So, like, like this is not how famous people start relationships.
It is not. Yeah. So be careful out there.
Be careful.
And we will laugh at the people who attempt to do this to people while we're at it.
So be careful when you're on Instagram. Always wear a condom.
Any social media.
Okay. When you're on Microsoft Teams, wear a condom.
There you go.
Marcel Maurer is experiencing health issues.
Yeah, he posted about this the other day. He said he had a spontaneous trip to Munich. He had to see a specialist because of a blocked rib. He could not breathe properly while running. Fingers crossed everything gets fixed today. So he's ready to fly to New York tomorrow. This is a couple days ago. So hopefully that happened. I haven't seen an update. I have been very busy, so I don't mean that like I just don't know how it turned out. But hopefully he's okay. Like, that's really scary.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I can't. That feeling of not being able to breathe, and like you're an athlete and you run.
Yeah,
like that's your thing.
It's
kind of a big deal.
Breathing is important to all of us.
It is,
but I'm sure it's even more startling to someone that's in peak physical condition
and never has a problem with it,
right.
and all of a sudden, that's just very unsettling. Unsettling.
What's my breather's broken?
Right.
What's going on there?
Right. So good luck to you, Marcel. I hope you are doing okay.
So Tunde is a Sports Illustrated Swimsuit finalist.
How cool is that?
I will not comment.
You can comment on that. It's a cool thing. They have 6 finalists for the 2025 Sports Illustrated Swim Search, and she's in the top freaking 6.
So is this one of those like fans can go vote kind of things, or?
I have no idea. I'm reading it. It doesn't say. It says after reviewing thousands of open casting call, we're excited to announce, and then they put the 6 people. These remarkable women have been selected to walk in the runway show during Miami Swim Week this Saturday, May 31st, alongside swimsuit models, including 2025 stars, blah, blah, blah. One of these 6 women will be chosen to be a rookie for the 2026 issue. Each finalist brings her own story of strength, charisma, and inspiration. And then it says get to know them via link in our bio. So I don't think so.
Okay. So they're going to participate in like a runway show, and then one of them makes the final cut.
I bet this is the exciting thing that she was talking about a few weeks ago, because she was like super stoked about it.
Yep.
And she was going to take off mysteriously for 3 weeks. Oh, this is all making sense now. Yeah, I'd kind of forgotten about that, to be honest. So wow, this is a huge deal.
Yeah,
this is
that's
a very huge deal.
Yeah.
So good luck to Tunde, and I hope that you are chosen.
You might have to buy your first ever Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay,
but good for her.
They'll be on the internet.
Yeah, I'm quite sure.
Yeah. So Allie Love has partnered with Hyatt for a private class.
Yeah, this was interesting for a few reasons. So it's interesting because I don't recall ever seeing a private class offered through Hyatt before.
Yeah.
Now, a long time ago, Peloton would let you buy classes, and you could buy it out. And like, I know people who were very comfortably resourced in their lives.
They were well capitalized.
They did this on a regular basis, and some of those people also did it to raise money. They would sell off. I've seen that happen. I've seen people selling off the classes, but I don't recall ever seeing Peloton just straight up do this as a private class. And you have to pay for these more than you pay for your typical class. Like, you get, instead of a $35 class, this was like a $52 class. I thought that was interesting. And you could use your Hyatt points to pay. It's also interesting because you get the post-class photo, which you always do. Right. You get swag, you get refreshments, and more points.
Okay.
So, interesting. So, it was part of Global Wellness Week.
Okay. If you are a Jermaine Johnson fan, he is out through the month of July.
Yeah, this is his 12 weeks off, and so he will be out. So if people are looking for him, you see him on the socials and they're saying, "Where's Jermaine?" Just let him know. It's the 12 weeks off. He'll be back. Probably.
I think that's what his thing said.
It probably did. Yeah. I'm really not well focused this week. I am sorry. I am doing my best.
It's okay. I'm used to doing the heavy lifting around here.
Okay. Thanks, Tom. Thanks. Appreciate that.
And finally, an instructor in the news. Aditi Shah is going to host an event at Lincoln Center. That's the center we still like.
Yeah, it's called Ascent, Our Heritage, Our Power. It's a celebration of Asian American leadership in New York City. And let's see, that takes place on May 28th, so that is today. And it is at the Samuel B. and David Rose building, like you said, Lincoln Center. Yeah. They just have the address there. So that's pretty darn cool. I think she's done these before, but this is like a different layout for how they're kind of advertising it. So,
well, congrats to her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Peloton artist collaborations.
An artist series I not only know, but enjoy. Jeff Lynne's ELO.
That's right. It's very critical you say Jeff Lynne's.
Yes.
And why?
Well, there was a version of ELO that was touring that did not have Jeff Lynne it was called original ELO 2, and I believe he sued them, and then they changed the name to the Orchestra, and it featured other people that had been in ELO, but not Jeff Lynne. But ELO has always been a project that is Jeff Lynne's baby, and you're an ELO if Jeff Lynne says you're an ELO.
Okay. I actually did know that because you've told me several times, but I figured somebody out there might wonder, so I just thought I would go ahead and...
I told you that on our way to see
ELO.
Jeff Lynne's ELO.
Yeah, you did. And I have my little teal t-shirt that says Jeff Lynne's ELO.
And I got my hoodie.
I know you do.
We also have a whole host of artist series coming up in the month of June, if you want to rattle them off.
Well, it's only 2.
Okay.
But it's...
You can host.
They're really fun ones, though. I'm pretty excited about them. We have Britney Spears and Cyndi Lauper.
Cool.
Yeah, how fun is that? And I did not realize, but I guess Cyndi Lauper is being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's cool. I did not realize that either.
Yeah.
Well, good for her.
Yeah, thought that was fun and worth mentioning as well. But June 5th, that week will be Cyndi Lauper, and then June 26th and 28th, that's when we have Britney Spears. Both of those will be a lot of fun.
Coming up after this, we're going to talk about all the classes you should be checking out, so stick around.
New content.
It is time for the TCO Top 5. We asked you for your favorite classes, and you did not let us down. We have used mathematical algorithms and machine learning to source the absolute best classes that you could take. We have 5 of them, hence the TCO Top 5. We will now state them to you. The official, crowdsourced, scientifically proven 5 best classes on the platform. If you take something else, you are wasting your damn time.
Okay.
Is that better? You said I'd undersell this.
That was definitely better.
Okay.
It was a little too long. Next time, shorten it.
Okay.
Okay.
If you don't take one of these, you will lose muscle mass.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
up
You're going to
first-
have to wear a weighted vest from now on.
Yes, and maybe even weighted pants. Number 1, your favorite ride.
I'm really excited to see this ride made the list for a couple of reasons, but the best reason is this is Benny Adami's first time on the TCO Top 5.
Oh, well, congrats to you, Benny.
And he was excited about it, too.
I saw we got a message from him.
We did. And Benny was teaching the 30-minute 80s ride, and hashtag that Paco, a.k.a. Paul Kittinger, recommended this ride. Paul said it's a very fun ride that also delivers a great workout and playlist. His English rides are a largely undiscovered gem.
Okay, number 2, your favorite mobility class.
Mobility class. Okay, so we're going back in time. February 7th, 2023, taught by Hannah Corbin. It's a 10-minute neck mobility. Karen Smith benefited from this class. She had her neck was irritated. She needed something to relax it. So she did this class. Hannah focuses on slow movements for the neck and upper back, and I've had this on repeat for the last week. What a gem.
Number 3, your favorite walk/run.
Listen, the TCO community is in love with Mariana, and I'm here for it. Mariana is teaching a 30-minute walk plus run from May 25th, 25. And I think that Mariana said she was subbing this day, and she was very excited to see that she was on the list this week. Jennifer Anderson said this class had great music, as always, and I'm slowly getting back to running after breaking my ankle, so I really enjoyed it. How cool is that?
Absolutely. Number 4, your favorite yoga class.
Mariana.
What?
I know.
On there twice?
I know.
God,
and that's the second week in a row she's been on the list twice.
Jesus, Mariana, give somebody else a chance.
No, Mariana can have it all.
That's just...
She is a gem, and she deserves all the things.
Kind of a selfish gem. Yes,
You better settle down, Mr. O'Keefe. You leave Mariana alone. Favorite yoga class, this was a 10-minute focus flow for runners. This was taught on 9/22/24, and Mindy Jensen said she had been meaning to mention this class for 3 weeks. Mindy said this focus flow is intended to warm you up before your run. I've done it several times, and it primes the muscles and joints for your run. I love working one side and feeling the difference before working the second side. Also, counts towards your monthly yoga challenge.
Okay. And finally, number 5, your unstackable. It features, I don't know how to break this to you. I've been having a series of racy Instagram messages with the person in slot number 5.
Alex Toussaint private
Alex
account.
Toussaint private account. Private account.
Yeah.
That's how he really weeds out.
Yeah.
That's how I know
You know it's him.
it's just us.
Yeah. Well, despite the intense eye contact between you two, this class was recommended. Okay, so let me start over. Alex taught this class on May 23rd. It was a 30-minute intervals run, and Melissa Giles Handwalker recommended this class, saying it was perfection. She pointed out the class was challenging, but the time goes by so fast you don't realize how hard you're working until the class is done. She's looking forward to the sprint classes every week through the summer. Alex is my number 1 on the bike and tread. She loves Alex. Maybe she's talking to Alex on the private account. Who knows?
Well, then, should we disqualify this class?
No.
She's biased.
I don't care.
Okay.
I'm letting it slide.
Okay.
Thank you for the recommendation, Melissa. We are teasing you. Hopefully that is very obvious.
But if you've ever listened to this show, you should
have started there.
You should know how I am. We have all sorts of 2-for-1s coming up. They are going 2-for-1 crazy.
They are. Yeah. People are excited about all of these.
Yeah.
The first one, though, is an interesting one. What I got told why this was happening, and I forgot. Man, I hate my brain sometimes. There was a notable reason that this was happening. It was a 90-minute 2-for-1 Power Zone Endurance. It wasn't Father's Day, but it was something June. It was something in June that it was like, it's for this. And I don't remember what it was now.
Oh, you know what? I think you might be thinking of a ride coming up. We're going to talk about momentarily.
Oh, well, maybe I
think
am.
you got ahead of yourself. So you never actually said who was on this one.
Oh,
it's Matt,
sorry.
It's Matt Wilpers and Dennis Morton. So we also have a 2-for-1 from Kira and Katie.
We do, yeah. This one was the one that was the holding space yoga. This was a yin yoga class, and Akira has a whole series about creating space and these yin yoga classes, and Katie was her guest during this one.
Oh,
and
okay.
they're just...
She held a space for her.
Yeah, exactly.
It's right over there, Katie.
Precisely.
And then we also have Susie Chan and Jocelyn Thompson Rule doing a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
Or working on one. They're in the studio doing something.
It makes you wonder if it's an outdoor 2-for-1.
Yeah.
And if it's an outdoor 2-for-1, it makes me think it's a long one.
Okay.
I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
Those long 2-for-1 outdoor runs got me through all of that training last summer.
That makes sense.
I'm excited about this. Those two ladies are so funny. I love them together.
And then finally, Tunde and Alex Toussaint. God, Tunde, please make sure that it's actually Alex Toussaint. It's the last thing we need for poor Tunde.
I feel like
Her
Tunde's
showing up in a
I feel like
swimsuit.
Tunde's doing okay. I feel like Tunde needs no one to help her with her love life.
But and Alex have a ride coming up, and this is the one where some of the comments said they think it's for Juneteenth.
It is not the one I was thinking
Oh,
of,
okay.
but you're right. This is allegedly for Juneteenth. That's what everybody thinks it is.
Yeah.
And even might potentially be like a ride to greatness, but nobody really knows because Alex just had his ride to greatness jersey on.
Right.
So we don't know. But it's definitely those two, and it's definitely happening for Juneteenth.
Okay. So Helper B Nikki wrote an article for theclipout.com all about unconventional Peloton meditations.
Yeah, and I know that there are a lot of people that kind of like skip over meditation, but this is a great list. And my favorite one on the list is a pet-friendly meditation.
Okay.
And one of the people, and I think it was Karen Smith. I can't say that definitively. But anyway, somebody reached out to me and said that they took this class after seeing this article and loved it. Loved this
Awesome.
class. And I've had other people recommend these classes as well. But Nikki has a lot of very, very unique meditations on here, and they're hard to find. So this list should help you weed through the meditations to find some interesting things.
And finally, we have reason to believe that Olivia Motto might be working on some strength for tennis.
Yeah, she teased a picture on Instagram and said, new strength series loading. It looked to me like new Peloton apparel as well.
How about that?
Yeah.
So get your credit cards ready.
Peloton birthdays.
And finally, we have two birthdays this week. Coming up on June 3rd, it's Irene Scholes. And on June 4th, it's Rad Lopez.
Well, happy birthday to Irene and Rad.
So that is it for this one. We have made it to the finish line, and now we will go on vacation. Goodbye.
Bye.
So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, you can check out the Patreon, patreon.com/theclipout. $5 a month, all sorts of bonus content, ad-free episodes. You can find out all about banging one out before bed. You get a doctor's note. Get a doctor's note for that. They can't tell you no. So that's coming up over there. So thanks for tuning in. And until next time, keep pedaling.
And running.
And rowing.